Hey, kindergarten friends. I hope you're having a good Monday. Miss Watts recorded this yesterday since I was going to be out of the office and I didn't get to see you guys much last week. So I wanted us to be able to practice a few things together. So we're just going to go over some things you're going to be doing today in Canvas and in Seesaw. And then we'll be hopefully able to hit the ground running tomorrow. Okay, so today is Monday, October 17th. And when you go into Canvas today, of course, if you're watching this video, you've already clicked right here. And then after the video, the work we do together, you'll click on this Seesaw link and take a picture of your work. And your mom and dad will have to help you there and upload your picture there. Okay. Okay. So we're still in Unit 3 of our open court reading and talking about weather. What's the weather? And this week, the things that we're going to read are going to be talking mostly about rain. And the story this week is When Rain Falls. When Rain Falls. And we're going to use a strategy called predicting. We've done this before. So, what you guys are going to do, you're not even going to listen to the whole story today. You're going to go to Seesaw and I'm going to show you what it's going to look like. And you'll see the first couple of pages of the story. And then you're going to predict what you think will happen next. And then tomorrow, you'll listen to the rest of the story and we'll talk about your predictions in class. Okay. All right. So remember, when you predict, you take clues from the story and make a smart guess about what will happen. All right. So let me show you what that's going to look like. When you click on Seesaw, and then on your name, you'll see the first two pages of your story. And if you click on the speaker button, you'll hear Miss Watts read it, okay? And it says over here, when rain falls in your neighborhood, you run inside and wait for the storm to end. And that's all of the story you're going to look at. It's just the first two pages. So the author just said, when rain falls, you run inside and you wait for the rain to stop and the thundering to stop. And that's the only thing you're going to hear in this part of the story. We're going to stop there. Now, think about, what do you think the author's going to tell us next? When you turn the page, when you listen to the next part tomorrow, what do you think the author's going to tell us next? Now, remember, we said that predict means you take clues from the story. So we see that this is about raining and storms, and that they just ran inside to wait for the storm to stop and the rain to stop. So that's what we know. We got to look at those clues and then we got to guess what we think will happen next. Okay. So after you listen to that, think about it. And then you're going to go to the next page. And it says, what do you predict will happen next in the story? Remember, the last thing that happened was they ran inside and they're waiting for the storm to end. What do you think is going to happen next? Anything. It could be anything, right? They could stay inside and they could do a whole bunch of different things. That might be your guess. They might stay inside and do something, and make sure you tell me that and what you think they're going to do. Or maybe the next thing that maybe it's going to rain all day and they have to stay inside and find games to play or a movie to watch. Or maybe the rain stops and they go back outside. We don't know, do we? But we're going to make a smart guess because of what we just read on the first two pages. Okay. And so draw a good picture. Remember, we're working on putting words with our pictures and labeling it with a couple of words that tells me about your picture, and draw your prediction here. All right. So that's your work in reading today. So you're just going to go to Seesaw. You're going to listen to the first two pages of the story and then make your prediction. Okay. And then tomorrow you'll get to hear the rest of the story and we'll see if our predictions were right or if the author surprises us. Because sometimes that happens. Sometimes you guess it right, and sometimes the author really surprises us. Okay, so let's talk about the letters we're going to be doing this week. You guys are going to be talking about letter D and letter P. Those are the two letters that we're going to focus on. We're going to practice those letters at the beginning of the words and at the end of words. Today, we're going to focus on letter D at the beginning of words. Okay, the letter D at the beginning of words. So I'm going to click on the Dancing Dino card and we're going to listen to his story.
Dinosaur. Dinah the dinosaur loves to dance. She dances whenever she gets the chance. Whenever that dinosaur dips and whirls.
Hold on a second. Let me try that again.
D. Dinosaur. Dinah the dinosaur loves to dance. She dances whenever she gets the chance. Whenever that dinosaur dips and whirls, this is the sound of her dancing twirls. D. 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 Dinah the dinosaur dances all day. From dawn to dark, she dances away. And when Dinah dances, her dinosaur feet make a thundering, thudding, extremely loud beat. D. 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 Now, if you were a dinosaur, just like Dinah, you would certainly dance just as finely as she. And if you were a dino and you had a chance, what sound would your feet make when you did a dance? D. 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 Okay, so the dancing dino story is there to help us remember that D makes the sound D. So when we start learning some of these these chants together, we've learned ABC chants at the beginning of school. We're going to start learning these chants too to help us with our letters. We'll do the action that we'll do is to stomp our foot on the floor. To stomp your foot on the floor and go D, D, just like dancing dino. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I want you guys to pause the video and I want you to grab your class notebook or a dry erase board, something to write on because we're going to do a couple of things on there and then you're going to take a picture and send that to me in Seesaw. So you need to grab something to write on, your class notebook or a dry erase board. You can pause this video if you need to and get that ready. Once you have your notebook or dry erase board, I want you to draw a line right down the middle, just like this. Right in the middle, a straight up and down line. So that you have two parts, two sides to your board or two sides to your paper. And there's two things we're going to do. We're going to put something on each side, and then that's what you're going to take a picture of and send to me. So Miss Watts will know that you were able to listen to this video and do some work along with me today. On the left side, we're going to practice letter D. At the top, I want you to write capital D and lowercase d, and I'm going to show you how. Not too big, because we're going to put some D words underneath, okay? So capital D is a straight stick. Go back to the top of your stick and curve to the bottom of the stick. That's capital D. Lowercase d is a circle with a stick behind it. Okay, so on the left side in your box on the left, write a capital D and a lowercase d. And you can draw a line under it if you want to, just to kind of let you know that that's the top, because below your capital and lowercase d, we're going to write some words. Okay, the first word I want us to write is dig. My dog sometimes will dig in the yard. All right, if we sound that word out, if we say all the sounds that we hear, D, I, G, we hear three sounds. D is the letter D. I, I, I. What letter is that? I. And the last sound, G, G, is G. So the word dig is D-I-G. D, D, dig starts with the letter D. All right, the next word I want us to write is another word that starts with D, dot. I use a dot right here to make the lowercase I. I use a dot. Let's sound out dot. D, t. Once again, I hear three sounds. D. What letter makes that sound? D, D. Ah, ah, ah. That's letter O.
D, A, T, T. And that's letter T. So how do we spell dot? D-O-T. D-O-T dot. Then I want you to take whatever you're writing with and circle the letter D. Today, we practiced letter D and we wrote 2 words that start with the letter D. They have D in the front. So circle the D in each one of your words. And if you ever need to stop to catch up, just pause your video and get caught up and then start your video again. Okay, so this week is about letter D. Today and tomorrow will be about letter D. And then Wednesday and Thursday we'll work on letter P. All right, in math, we're going to start a new chapter or a new topic in math. Topic 4, comparing numbers. We've already compared numbers to 5. So now we're going to compare those bigger numbers that we've learned to 10. So there's a video here for you to watch that's going to talk about comparing. And then over here, it tells you what pages to do in your workbook. So the strategy or the way that we're going to use to help us compare today, we're going to make a match. We've done this before, so it'll probably sound pretty familiar. So if we go back to that page we were writing on, this is what we're going to do. We're going to compare the number 3 to the number 5. Okay? The number 3 to the number 5. So on the right side over here, we have this white space. You have your D words on the left. So over here on the right, let's draw 3 circles. Not too big, because we're going to need some room for some other things. And then beside those 3 circles, I want you to write the number 3. When you're finished, come down just a little bit and draw 5 circles. And then beside those circles, write the number 5. Just to remind us that we're comparing the number 3 to the number 5. And today when we compare, sometimes when we look at numbers, we compare them to see which one is more or which one is less or if they're equal. Today, let's look for the number that's more. And I think it's going to be pretty easy to tell, isn't it? But just to make sure, we're going to use the strategy called make a match. So we're going to start with the first circle in each group and draw a line. We're going to match the first circle in the 3 group to the first circle in the 5 group. There's one match. Can we make another match? Yes, we can. Can we make another match? Yes, we can. Can we make any more matches? No, the 3 group ran out of circles. But 5 still has how many more? It still has 2 left over because 5 has more. 5 is more than 3 or greater than 3. So let's circle the number 5 because 5 is what we're looking for. We were looking for the number that is more. So circle your 5. And so that's what we're going to be doing. That's what you're going to be doing in your workbook is making matches so you can compare the 2 groups. The group that runs out, it didn't have enough. It's the smaller group. The group that still has some objects or pictures left has more. It's the greater number. Okay? All right, guys. So that's the things I wanted us to work on together today. So take a picture. Make sure before you do anything to your board that you take a picture of what we did together here. And then you're going to click on that Seesaw link at the top of your Canvas page and send me a picture of your work. So I'll know that you watched your video and were present for our Google Meet today. I hope you guys have an awesome Monday. Work really hard. Make sure you do the rest of your work in Canvas. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.